What's up? It's gonna be a quick 2-hour-ish stream. Just working on some parsing errors. So these errors, for context, I'm working on request right now. This is a HTTP COI client. It's kind of like Postman, but batteries excluded, as I'm calling it. So it's more just command line. You make a request using these files, curl backended. So here's an example here. Request, it's almost like Tomo-ish. Request is posed to this, these headers, this body, and you can also have assertions. And so these assertions assert that the response you get back from this request meets these, and it's almost like kind of testing it in that sense. And so what it looks like to run it, this will be terminal window, this will be build, so we can cd into build. It's already built here, so we can do /source request / examples post. So yeah, it gives you the request, the response, and no assertions failed, so there's not any output related to that. But if you do want to look at something that has, this has a value mismatch, which is an assertion error. So we get assertion failed. And then one other one that has an error is JSON missing key. Iraq. So we expected this field other to be present, but it wasn't. And so today I'm going to be working on some general formatting, getting like colors in here and such. And yeah, so I'm actually curious. The goal is to be able to you be able to pipe this into JQ and get this, but not mess this up. And so by default, there won't be anything output unless there's a failed assertion. But even if you pipe that to JQ, maybe we will have a more verbose setup, like nothing is printed. If you want the response, you print this. We'll see. But first, I'm going to watch something and eat some food. So what am I in the mood to watch? Let's look up. I'm not trying to watch right now. Should be about 10 minutes-ish. Planning on reading this book. Curious if there's like a review of it. See, I've already touched on this a bit. Watch this. Yeah, let's watch this. So my coursework next semester is kind of a bit much, especially since I'll still be doing the FPGA trading club and all the other open source stuff. So this December, I'll probably be reading a book. This book, I might try to pre-read. I can actually just probably pull it up here, gtscheduler.org. Taking compilers. Compilers I've been writing compilers for a while. I think I already know most of the Scheisse. I think I already know most of the content. Am I in advanced computer organization? I don't think I'm in advanced computer organization. I think I'm in. Wait, this is not my schedule. Let me pull up my schedule. I'm actually curious. That is not it, but let's go to the screen. Yeah, this is not my current schedule. Not sure why I was in. Yeah, I'm definitely in compilers, which was nice because I tried to get in it last year. It's only offered every spring, and I just couldn't get in. So I just started like self-studying compilers. So spring 2025. Let me update my GT schedule and go to that. So I'm in compilers, stats and apps, second course lineage, second course lineage, math 34.6. I'm in section Monday 11. What? And I'm in processor design, OS, processor design, OS, and I have a fat block of OS. And I'm also in VIP SR2. That is VIP 4602. That's going to be mod. Where's the section? It's going to be VPN. No. VW9 and lab. So it's going to be lab. VW9. So there we go. So yeah, this is my schedule for next semester. Compilers, looking at the average GPAs, try to get an AOS. I don't know, that's also so much time. OS is like notorious for being like a debugging exercise in C more than a course on operating systems, just like how they work. So I'm gonna read 3 easy pieces. Oh, spicy, right? Read operating system 3 easy pieces. Processor design. Apparently the professor is goated 3.9. Flowers and interpreters. I'll be fine. Stats, I'm probably cooked. Second course 1 year algebra, I'm probably cooked. VIP is free. But yeah, let's watch this.
Challenging and time consuming. People also love gatekeeping and discouraging others from trying it. This is exactly why I picked this hobby up. So, for the past 3 months, I've been seriously partaking in making my own operating system. Note that this video gives a lot of good generic information about the x86 architecture, apart from showing my experience with OS deving. Let's get right into it, shall we? My motive? I honestly got tired of web and desktop development and really wanted to try something
Real.
more raw and painful. Yeah. Anyways, you usually have some sort of stack when creating software. I went with the least amount of x86 assembly possible and C. Yeah, I don't like assembly much. Instead of writing my own bootloader, I used grub. So, what was I working with? Absolutely nothing. Remember, we're fully freestanding inside the kernel. I had to communicate with the BIOS and hardware directly. The first thing I went for was printing characters onto the display. This was easy enough using BIOS text mode. I just needed to push the characters I wanted. Now I could print without many issues. I then paired that with a small printf implementation made for embedded systems, wrote a tiny TTY-like console which supported scrolling, and we were rocking, right? Yeah, no.
So,
Afterwards, I used the standard PS2 keyboard in order to scan stuff from the user, with a way to grab information from the user and output information back to the display. I was ready for making a very simple cell. Everything was directly hard-coded into the kernel, but it was plenty useful for just testing and fooling around. By this point, we were around the 1 month mark. Memory management, a topic that angered me for a while. I spent more than a month full of misery trying to understand how physical memory works. I will not go into detail, but I needed to implement a physical memory manager to allocate and free physical blocks, a virtual manager which comes handy in user space program separation, and some sort of heap. The way x86 works.
Boring!
Around this point, I wanted to read and store files on the file system. Reading raw clusters was simple enough with ATA-PIO mode. Now came the file system. I chose FAT, and more specifically FAT32, since it's the only one actually used nowadays besides exFAT. I implemented FAT32 file reading, deletion, long file name parsing, directory lists, and way more. I tried to follow the standard as closely as I could.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
Well, one day I felt rather cool and wanted to draw some real stuff onto the display. The easiest and quite admittedly most janky way of plotting pixels is via the VESA BIOS functions. I could draw basic shapes in no time, which also worked on real hardware, by the way.
cool.
This was extra fun to brag about on my Discord. Now that I was managing
No, Shadow, like young kids start getting into computer architecture, or even just programming. Kind of crazy. You got like 14-year-olds, excuse me, that are like better programmers than like 90% of people that, honestly, maybe even like 92% of people that graduate from it. Me being in the 92%. All right. What am I trying to do with this? Me. I really like Rust errors. Not so much their front-end implementation, but the way they print. Oh, let me just go to like a file right now. Let's touch. Let me just type in it. A.rs. In error. Oh, I'm so washed. How do you write Rust? It's return type. No. This is fun. Fun. Pub. Yeah, pub fun. You do like main here. Takes in nothing. Returns nothing. And so we just return 5. So you do cargo 8 hours. Cargo run 8.rs. Do you need a toml? Cargo run file without toml. Run Rust file without cargo. I just want to like just write it like I'm writing a script. Cargo build 8.rs. Cargo build Rust. Do you really need a cargo.toml? Cargo and knit. This is so AIDS. Okay, cd rm rf. First probably just make -p build. cd build cmake. I'm really just trying to see a Rust error, bro. Alright, cd. What's a Rust project I have? Error. Cargo. I bet it doesn't compile. Huh? Cargo build. Okay, here we go. So you get this. And you get like underlines. So you get an error brackets error code. You get this compiling error thing. Okay. Then you get note. One sec. Thinking of picking up a new project with GT off-road. Sorry, I'm just like skimming this right now. Alright, so real quick, let me set this back up. I'm just reading like a presentation on my phone about this microcontroller project. Let's see. What is the Hall effect? So, so what I'm thinking here, sorry, I'm kind of like context switching every 2 seconds right now. Uh, hmm. So in our error state, we could also have a parent state, or a parent to both. I'm not trying to get too inheritancy, so perhaps they're more of just like a generic. Well, I'm not sure of the design, but you can imagine our parser errors and our assertions, and or I'll consider assertions and errors just different things entirely because I want errors to encapsulate both parser errors and perhaps curl errors, network errors. And so we can have some attributes of them. You can have notes. And for parser, let's just simplify the parser errors for a sec. We'll save. So our setup is a little bit less contextless. We could probably just save the exact line or perhaps the section header, the amount of lines displaced from the section header. So say like this is like age 30. You could save 20, 17, do 17 dot dot 20. JSON field, and then suggest putting a space or something, or suggest like age 30 and then regex. Something. So in order to kind of facilitate this not looking like absolute shite, there should probably be not really using standard out. Or let's see how this format library works. C++ format. I want the dev. Excuse me. Let's look here. I'm not a number. Look at the API bit. So you got color, compile, standard, chrono, ranges, format. So I imagine you'll have base and color. Maybe printf. So is there a format? You got format print. Do you have format error? Oh wait, so this is talking about defining. A. What was the setup on defining a generic? I think I just skipped that one actually. Formatting user defined types. No. It's like this. Template print. This time. So instead of actually reading the API spec, we might be able to just Jipity everything. Be kind of convenient. So help me build a printing library for my HTTP CLI client. This lib will use C++ FMT lib to provide functions for printing different types of errors, HTTP responses, and more. So currently wanting this cohesive design in the terminal, colors, nice parser error formatting like Rust's, referencing lines and relevant context with hints. Take a Yeah. Okay. Excuse me. You gotta think for longer than that, Hom. Come on. Distinguishing parser errors and runtime errors. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, just give me formats, bro. That's the whole reason for using the library. So yeah, I want to wrap. I feel like we should probably wrap it instead of having this in every file. I'm being real. Parser error. Parser error. An assertion error field expected actual. Network error. So like what file is he imagining this in? Printer. I don't know if I want printer to be in. Okay, so that's what printer was. Was print network error, print HTTP response, print assertion error. I feel like the setup I want is I want to be able to go into like parser. So the problem is we should probably make sure that parser actually works for us to do this. Dang, this is actually a lot right here. Mm, 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 mm. So I don't know what it's thinking with this, but previous looks kind of promising. Let's look at the wrapper. Print error, print warning, print info. Printer, format red, error, message. Warning, yeah. So I'm thinking it like kind of builds. So you have all these like inlines, and it kind of builds towards the thing. So like looking here. You have an error. It's like this. So you print error, mismatch type, so you print help message. And then you go arrow into the file. And you do these. Yeah, you can separate 3 cars. Space. Then do these big blue lines. Separate error, next line, print it. Then you can go under it and do these ticks. This is incredible. With these arrows like crossing over each other. And they're like very context specific. So yeah, let's make our, let's call it the printer. And here we'll have printer, let's see, plus. Okay. So let's clear this for now. Let's get this one here, and then let's go to the other printer. This one here. Now in C++. So in the H++ one, pragma. Okay, so I mean, that looks fine to me. As does this. So yeah, everybody shouldn't be lib, it should just be format. Here we want use of undeclared identifier standard. Okay, we're gonna need to run this command again. I need to sf read okay, I need a CD first. And WQ, Q, oh my god, please close WQ, and then to the first one, the second one. Huh? Standard. Include string. Include format slash format.h. Huh? Standard format? No, I meant the format that I just linked into here. Format is what I meant. That's what I'm talking about. You talking about, bruh? Oh yeah, it's because it's called printer. It's slow. Alright, there we go. So that should still be printer here. Yeah, that kind of confused me a bit. It's just the desired format I meant. Cool. Printer. Here. So, emphasis bold, error, warning, and info. I kind of like the rust, all lowercase. So do lowercase, lowercase, lowercase. I don't like that. Why would you do this? Huh? I guess if you don't want to have to import both of them. I guess. It wants like an indent here. So yeah, that's fine. Standard string indent level. Rotation. So I don't know if indent is sufficient. We can check, I guess. So yeah, our error will have standard string file. Yeah, that's a good point. Have a we can just have line column. You know, standard string message. Where's our error type, dude? No, this should be. What are you doing, bro? Error should just be a class, yeah. Error should just be a class. It has a bunch of variants. Or it could just have an error type. The message is gonna be a bit more convoluted. Oh, These are just parser errors. So we really need more specific errors here. So let's go into post.rack and look at features. So what are some errors that we can like intelligently determine? So these will be compile, compilation. So this should really be a compilation error. Probably choose rename. Compilation error. Whoa. And here we do compilation error. So, So what are some kind of smart errors we can do? We can have so error types should really be a union type. CVP union. And these are all typed here. These should all probably be instances of the compilation error. Okay. So when are we doing this? When are we doing this? It's kind of the inverse. So there's a file, a line, and a column. We're just gonna have let's do the line and the underline. Have a line and we'll have an underline range. We'll have a pair. Int. Underline range. Underlined column. Call. We can do M. Line, column, snare string message. And so we'll have the message. And then we can do help. So we can do help. And so you'll have help. So this is standard optional string help. This is also standard optional. Not all of them will have an if, yeah. I think all of them will have an if. Standard optional string. It's going to include option. Standard optional standard string help. Then we're gonna have if. So help will be like the error will say, oh, you're missing a character, right? So if you go to like post right, run folder cd.sf post rec. So imagine here, like we have a trailing comma here. It'll be like hint. So in here we'll have like boom. Going in here and saying like remove this comma or something. So if we do like this, we can call it hint. Remove this comma, and this is in green. So this would be like error malform JSON. Hint, remove this comma. That looks pretty dope. Malform JSON body. Request body. So yeah, we need the error. Okay. That looks solid. So the only problem is that they need to hold their own data as well. Well, maybe not. If we simplify to just having a hint line and an error line. So let's do error. So it's going to be error. Then you have so a standard string message. We'll call this the title. Then we'll have the file. So this is like file, then you move this over. Move this over, and you have like the lines. So you have like 16, 15, 16, 17, 18, 9, Scheiße, 19. You also have it like 19, space bar, space bar, space bar, space bars, space bar, space bar. Be like this, and you have like 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Tab, minus. You have like hint, remove this comma in green. Zero. Yeah. Here you'll have like the file name, so it'd be like error/source/post.ri. And have error comp time, or that could be like error network. So yeah, what do we need for this? So you'll have the title, string, instead of just having a string there, you can have an error kind. Error kind. You're gonna find a struct error kind. Sorry, this would be a enum. Have like comp time. Comp time. Huh? You'll have network assertion. Comp time. Network. Maybe internal. Runtime, compilation error. So we can actually just generalize this back to error. So we'll have the title, error kind, and we'll have a standard vector of hints on error hints. And then we can do struct error hint. This will have a standard pair. Is there a standard range? No, probably do standard pair. Standard, actually this would be standard int. That's standard pair of no, not standard int. Just right up there. Standard pair of ints. Int called int call range. Standard string message. Yeah, I think it's just that simple. Vector error hint. Does it have to be in order? Yeah, we can get rid of optional by just having this vector empty. It's approaching my bedtime. So yeah. So I think that's good. Get these types. And so how do we print them? So I don't know if we actually output anything to standard error, honestly. Maybe we do. God forbid I want to close Vim. Just need to control Z. Dude. Yeah, bots. Okay, control Z works. Okay, cool. So there's the printer. So actually frick the printer. Yeah, frick the printer. I'm just gonna put this in error HPP, bro. Just being real with you. Yeah, the printer could go. This is just too much. Because the only thing we're printing is wait, we also gotta print. Yeah, we were gonna need the printer probably. We can just re-import. We'll just re-import. That's too much of OOP for me. So let's go into this harpoon. We're going to delete both of these. WQ to HTTP the first one. Excuse me, we're going to go to error.cpp. Huh? There's no error.cpp. Wow. So we are going to have error.cpp. First thing we do is include error.hpp. So yeah, I think maybe we can make error into a class now. Class error. Go private on these. Public. We can do. So we can have a constructor. So how do you write a constructor in C++? Static assertions create. So private. So do you how do you design crap in it? It looks like we were doing public first. So you move D9, sorry, yuck, D9D. Here P. Let's get back to like assertions. Or better. What has a lot of state in a, read this. So you got, this is a parse getters. Then you have the helpers next line. Okay. So, So what should be public? How do you make a constructor, dude? Dude, what is the type signature of a constructor? Sometimes you just gotta hope GPT knows how to do it. But not if you actually want to do something that's hard. You just don't want to look it up and save yourself approximately, well, you're gonna cost yourself like 2 seconds on average, but the fallacy and like the variance makes you think you're saving time. Kind of good. Construction, bruh. Huh? What is the point of just sending me the same thing I made? What the fuck, dude? Just, like, what, bro? Activity is so trash. I'm curious. What was the point in taking time and screen space to send me the exact file I sent you without changes before doing anything? Okay. I'll accept that. Okay, I'll accept that. So, did I not harpoon CPP? What? Less? So let's make this constructor here. Rip the formatting on that. So yeah, that just looks horrendous, but I guess that's how you do it these days. So we also have Hmm. print them all. So you accumulate them until you're done with parsing and you print them all. So really all it needs is this. So I recall that I think the parser contains this vector of errors, so really adding, and then going into main. Message is not private member there. Yeah, I don't really understand what the point of getters and setters is. So fuck it, I'm just gonna make it public. Title. The thing is, you kind of need to do it as message, or like two string. Standard string, because this is gonna want a string. But message is not a string. Standard string, two string. C++ two string. Is there like an override you do with that? C++ two string. No, it's just you just use the same name. Two string. This is self. How do you do that? Let's go to parser. Dude, oh my god, I hate swap files. It so aids. I tried turning one off, didn't do anything. Standard optional parser next line. So you do standard optional and then the parser prefix. Parser. Huh? I thought I clicked on an HPP. Good errors. Oh, so it's just implied. Dude, how is my back parser.cpp? Okay. Expected parse. Two strings, so we'll have the two string. The problem is that this will be different for every error type. Display. Yeah. Display is better. And so in main, we'll just do error dot display. So what's the problem here? Error type, yeah, so one, how do we make all the different errors which have different display logic? Two, should I out these to cout or clear? So I'll probably end stream once I get these two questions figured out. So it says number one. So you standard variant, inf call range, base error. Huh? The visitor for formatting. Where's the visitor? No, overload the operator parentheses. Alright, so yeah, this is kind of complex because you have an error, then you have a parser error, which has all these parser error variants, and then you have this like network error, which has all these network error variants. These are inherited from curl, and so perhaps the default base error kind. Yeah, I'll look more into the design of this tomorrow, but I'm satisfied. Yeah, satisfied with this for now. So I'm gonna end it. See ya.